Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB Can 6 updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is George Muller. George, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it and hope you're having a great day. So thanks again so much, and if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, this house was freaking Waffle City. Allie and Liv were trying to make it happen for Johnny, trying to get those votes for him to stay, but at the same time, they don't want to ruin their own games trying to keep him, because if that gets back to Dayla, they could be in a lot of trouble. So Johnny was also putting in his own work. He's not just like sitting back and letting everybody else do everything. He is like in there. He is trying so hard to stay. So he's really making Will and Maddie question if it's the right move to take him out. We talked about this a bit in yesterday's spoiler towards the end. He was really pushing that Dayla cannot be trusted because they have deals with everyone. So, are you just getting used by Dayla? Will was it was like really affecting him. So, Paris, on the other hand, seems locked in that Johnny's gotta go this week because we know she is very close with Ryan. And she knows that's a number in her corner. So, she's trying to rein her crew back in. And she's telling them, we're going to become Dayla's #1 targets if we go against what they want. So she's like, let's not do that, because if they win next week, we don't want them to come after us. But if we win, we can just take them out, especially if it's a triple. Okay, good luck winning competitions. We'll see. So then, I mean, we heard a lot of the same conversations over and over and over, and it was so exhausting. So Will and Maddie were trying to convince Paris to keep Johnny. So they're telling her, we can't play Dayla's game. Oh my god. They're using Paris's own line against her. See what you did there. So Paris is arguing, no, it's not that we're playing Dayla's game. It's better for our games to keep Ryan around because we can't beat Johnny. Okay, let's face it, he is so much better than us in competitions. It's just not going to happen, and then he's going to make it to the end. We can't let this happen. So, for some reason, Will thinks that he can beat Johnny in any type of competition. I'm not afraid of him. Are you serious right now? Have you been watching this season? Have you been living this season? Come on. So, Will says that, yeah, it may be better for Paris to keep Ryan, but not for him or Maddie. Ryan voted him out last week, and obviously Ryan and Maddie are sworn enemies, so it's good for Paris, not so much for them. So then Paris is like, well, Derek and Kayla want to take us to the end because they feel like we're weaker than Liv and Allie and they can beat us, so we should just, like, let that happen. And again, Will is like, they'll take you to the end, but not sure they would take me. You know, who would they pick if it was down to the two of us and them? So Paris is like, what? Derek will take you, you're boys. So, like, yeah, I think Derek might take Will over Paris. It's tough to say, though. It's really tough to say. Kayla, yes, I think she would choose Paris over Will in a heartbeat. But Will is really starting to feel like Dayla is playing him. Yo, they playing everybody. Y'all playing everybody. Come on. Okay, so Paris tells them she is open to keeping Johnny if that's what they really want. But at the same time, she's still arguing for Johnny to go. So then Johnny comes in and campaigns to Paris, and she's just like, I can't beat you in competitions, and you never gave me any info earlier in this game. I tried to work with you. You didn't give me anything back. Why am I going to believe that you're going to work with me now? So then, that didn't go well. Allie and Liv were talking in the HOH room. They're trying to figure out who they should trust moving forward. You know, they're wondering, will Johnny really have our backs if we keep him? What if we freaking keep him and then he comes after us? That would suck. Also, they're probably going to piss off Dayla if they keep him. But then they're thinking, like, does Dayla have deals with other people? If they're more loyal to somebody else other than us and we vote out Johnny, then we're going to be all alone. And that would also really suck. So they feel like they mostly trust Dayla and that they're not going to come after them. But then there are some moments where they're like, oh, they're really close to Paris. They're really close to Will and Maddie. this isn't looking good. So then Johnny joins them, and he lets them know, yeah, the campaigning is not going so great with Paris, and he's really going to need her vote this week. So he says, oh, she keeps saying that I haven't given her enough back. And Allie's like, she says that to everybody. She says that to us, too. She expects everybody to just give her all this information. So Johnny is hoping that maybe Paris is just in a bad mood right now because of being a have-not. And Olivia's like, when is she not moody? Oh, burn. Okay, so then Allie shares a critical piece of information. I think this really could be the turning point of the week here for Johnny. So Allie shares that Kayla told her that Paris was really pushing hard for Ryan to stay. So Johnny's like, oh, really? So he wants to know why Paris is campaigning so hard against him. So Allie is like, I think she's just scared that she can't beat you, blah, blah, blah. But Johnny puts that info in his back pocket for later. So then Allie's asking, if you won the next HOH, like if you stayed in one HOH, who would you put up? You know, who would you target? So she's like, would you go after Dayla? Would you go for Maddie and Will? She says that she wants Maddie out and, you know, potentially Will sooner rather than later. But Johnny doesn't really have an answer for her. He's just like, I just want to survive this week with your help. I really don't care who we go after that, you know? I just want to stay. So then Johnny leaves. Allie and Liv were still chatting, and they're a little bit sketched out right now because they're wondering, is he just saying whatever he needs to say to stay? Oh my god, so much rhyming. They feel like he's starting to seem a little desperate. He couldn't give them a target, so they're a little bit weirded out by that. But then Johnny takes this new information and goes to talk to Paris in the white bedroom. Will's also there. And he kind of like confronts her, but I don't want you guys to think he was like, I heard, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like that. I'm just saying he's bringing this information to Paris's attention. So he's like, Allie told me that Kayla told her that you were campaigning really hard for Ryan to stay. Oh, shit. Okay, this is significant because it shows Paris that Kayla is talking about her with Allie, which would indicate there's some sort of closeness there. Maybe they're working together closer than she is with Paris. So I think this is leaving Paris a little shook. So Johnny also lets them know that Allie and Liv were talking about targeting Maddie next and targeting Will soon, not Dayla. Again, showing that the two duos are possibly working together. Why are they not going after each other? So Paris is like, I want to know how close Allie and Liv are to Dayla. What's the deal? Sounds like she's starting to doubt Dayla a little bit. So Johnny is like, yeah, Allie and Liv are trying to convince me to target you guys if I stay, not Dayla. Isn't that crazy? And Paris is like, I don't know, maybe they're just trying to spin it so that Dayla won't be pissed at them if they do keep Johnny, because then Allie and Liv could just say, oh, he told us he was going after Will, Paris, and Maddie, not you guys. So, like, that's why we kept him. And Johnny's just like, yeah, maybe. No. But he says he needs to play along with what Allie and Liv are saying so that he can get their votes to stay. But he's like, I'll be loyal to you guys over them. So then Maddie comes in. Johnny relays all this information to her. And Will is like, all right, we need to keep Johnny so that it'll be the four of us, Will, Paris, Maddie, Johnny, versus the two duos. Okay? We need a fighting chance against them because clearly they're working together. So Paris and Maddie agree. For real though? Or are they just saying this? Ooh, there's definitely like a change, a shift in the air. I don't know. Something was different. So they agree, like, yeah, we're all going to play along with Liv and Allie for now. We're not going to tell them that we know this information so that Johnny can get his votes that he needs to stay. But then Johnny's really playing it up like he's actually going to be loyal to Will, Paris, and Maddie. But who knows what Johnny's actually thinking, because he's just got to collect those votes right now, okay? It's tough to say who he's really loyal to. So at this point, it seems like they're all on board to keep Johnny, the three of them. So they're like, whoa, do we tell Dayla? What are we going to do? Paris is like, let's not tell anybody right now. Let's let it be. Because, like, who knows if Paris is actually committed to this or not. So she doesn't want to go around saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm voting to keep Johnny, when she's not even settled on that yet. So Johnny leaves, and this is the true test. You know, the trio's alone now, and they can speak freely with each other. And they continue talking like they're going to keep Johnny. What? So they're like, okay, let's tell Dayla tomorrow night before we confirm with Liv and Allie. Because they don't want, especially Paris, she does not want Dayla to find this out from Liv and Allie. Because she feels like that would look really sketchy and it's going to make Dayla, like, hate them. So, yeah. That's really funny because then Will was talking to Allie and Liv in the red bedroom, and he's definitely, you know, giving them some information here. First they're talking about Michael Jackson. Sure. Then they were talking about the vote. So they kind of like dance around, I guess you could say moonwalk around. I need to go home. I am home. They kind of dance around saying that they want to keep Johnny this week because they're like, he'll go after Dayla, he'll be a big target in front of us, there's all these benefits, and you know what Ryan's going to do if he stays? He's just going to fade into the background, and new targets, us, will emerge. You know, people are going to come after us while Ryan's just hanging out in the back. So Olivia's like, that all sounds great. We love Johnny. But she's worried that they don't have enough votes to keep him. Because if it's just Olivia, Allie, and Will, they're one vote short. Because at this point, they're like, there's no freaking way that Derek is going to break a tie in Johnny's favor. So Will lets them know. Paris is starting to come around. He feels like he is 100% sure he's going to be able to convince her. And I do believe earlier Paris told them, like, yeah, you can tell Allie and Liv that, like, I'm starting to feel like I'm going to keep Johnny. But don't say that I'm definitely going to do it. So he wasn't, like, totally out of bounds there. But later on, he also lets them know that Maddie's probably on board too. So they all agree as a group, like they haven't totally decided yet what they're gonna do. They want to talk again later and kind of like nail it down, and they want to be honest with each other so that nobody gets screwed over. So they're also planning on telling Dayla as well, either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. How considerate of you. But why? Like, what is the point of that? I freaking miss when they would just blindside people. I love that. So then, after Will leaves, Allie and Liv say they feel better about keeping Johnny now. You know, they feel like the other side is kind of, like, on board with this. And they're like, whoa, we could actually make this happen. And Allie thinks that this was her doing. And I do think that she played a large part in it this week. But come on. You gotta give it up for Johnny. He is saving his ass out there. So then, last night, Paris was still being wishy-washy. She's really paranoid that Allie and Liv are just trying to set the three up so that Dayla will be like, what the F, bro? When they're the only three that vote for Johnny to stay. But yeah, she's freaking out about that. Also, Will was like telling Paris, oh, if I feel like 100% safe with Derek and Kayla, then I'll vote Johnny out, whatever. So he was like still kind of wishy-washy about it too, but not as much as Paris. So you may be wondering, what's up with Dayla and Ryan? You know, we haven't really talked about them today. Dayla is very much still under the impression that all is well and Johnny will be going this week. Ryan, same thing. He was doing some light campaigning and not doing a very good job at it. He was talking to Will and Paris, and he told them, in a triple eviction, he would put up Dayla and Maddie. And if Derek or Kayla were saved with a veto, Maddie would go home with the remaining one. Do you know who you're talking to right now? You are talking to Maddie's allies, and you're like, yep, I'm going to get rid of your friend, and it's going to be one less number for you. Isn't that great? So, I don't think he's doing himself any favors with that, but again, he thought he was safe at the time. So, today, did Maddie jump the gun a little bit? She was doing Kayla's hair, and she slipped a little bit of info. She was like, I can't cast a vote for Ryan to stay this week. He would put up you and Derek. He's coming after me. It's just not good. So she says, even if Ryan is staying, which it looks like he is right now, I'm going to vote him out. I'm going to send him a message. I'm going to draw a line, just like the other week when Ryan and Marin were up against each other and Allie and Dayla all voted for Ryan to go even though they knew he was staying. That's what she's going to do. So during this conversation, Kayla is getting her hair done. She's just sitting there like, with her pissed off face on. She's not happy about it, but she's like, yeah, sounds good. Okay, so then everybody else, they're all trying to figure out what reason they're going to give to Dayla for keeping Johnny. Just say it's better for your game. Screw you. Or just don't say anything at all. Come on. So Paris is definitely freaking out the most because we know she is the closest to Dayla pretty much, or at least she thinks she is. And then she's not really giving anybody a solid answer on how she's voting yet because she doesn't want that to get back to Dayla before she tells them. But anyway, this ball really starts rolling today. Allie and Liv were chatting with Derek and Kayla in the HOH room, and Allie lets them know her gut is telling her to keep Johnny this week over Ryan. And her big argument here is that they will all be safer during a potential triple eviction if Johnny is still there, because she feels like he's a huge threat, obviously, and everyone would put him up during the triple. Can't say the same thing about Ryan, you know, because Ryan, again, is just going to fade into the background. But if Johnny's here, that's one less person out of us that's going to go up on the block. So then Kayla's like, yeah, but Johnny's really good at competition, so what if he wins HOH for the triple? And Allie's like, he can't win everything, you know, and we're all going to be fighting so hard for it. So Kayla and Derek do not look happy during this conversation. They're just sitting there like, and so then they also discuss the close bond that has formed between Paris and Ryan, and how Paris has so many people, you know, wrapped around her finger. So they're like, wouldn't it be great if we could take away one of her numbers? You know, we got to weaken her a little bit. So after some more discussion, Kayla admits, you guys are making some pretty good points here. And Derek says, yeah, they're both threats in different ways. I'm going to have to go talk to some people, see what's up. What? This is going a lot smoother than people were thinking it would. So then Kayla was chatting alone with Allie and Liv, and she's echoing some sentiments that we heard earlier in the week. She's telling Allie and Liv that she and Derek are not on the same page right now. Derek really likes the other side of the house. He is up Will's ass right now. Her words. And she really likes her girls. You know, she loves hanging out and just playing the game with Allie and Liv. So Allie and Liv are like, you know, you got to think about this. You got to think about your own game here. Eventually, there will probably come a time where you and Derek will be up on the block together. Johnny would keep you over Derek, but Ryan would keep Derek over you. So, I know you don't want to screw over Derek, but this is Big Brother. You need to think about your own game. So Allie's really encouraging Kayla to talk to Johnny, try to maybe make a deal with him to keep her safe if she does end up on the block against Derek. So later, Kayla does go chat with Johnny in the catacombs. They're hanging out on the tomb, and Kayla says she and Derek aren't on the same page. She said this to a few people. She also talked about this with Maddie. So she's like, honestly, I've wanted Ryan out forever. I feel like there are more benefits for my game to keep you. So then Johnny's like, do you want to vote for me to stay? And I'm waiting for Kayla's stuffed giraffe to appear for him to start making out with. I will never get over that. And yeah, Kayla says she does. She feels like she can get Derek too to be on board with this. So Kayla brings up like, if I'm up on the block with Derek, Ryan's gonna keep him and not me. And you could tell she's like fishing for him to be like, I would keep you. But he doesn't say it right away, which was a little bit weird. But Kayla's like, no one's gonna keep me. No one's gonna keep me over Derek. No one's gonna keep me. So eventually Johnny does say like, keep me this week and I'll return the favor. So they kind of got like a little ish agreement going I don't know how legit it is because I think Johnny will still probably want to go after Dayla, right? So then Kayla talks to Derek and they're like, let's keep Johnny. What? That was like the easiest freaking flip ever. No, it wasn't. It was a lot of work for Johnny. I just mean the flip of Derek and Kayla seemed very odd and quick and painless. But anyway, tomorrow's the eviction. As of right now, Ryan will be going by a vote of 6-0. No one has told him yet that he is in danger. I don't know if they're going to. I feel like they probably will, right? This is Canada. But dang, if Johnny really does pull this off, that's huge because at the beginning of the week, he was the #1 target, enemy, threat, whatever in the house. Everybody wanted him to go. That is nuts. It's pretty much legendary. But then again, you never know. Anything could happen in the next 24 hours. And of course, now that it looks like Johnny is going to stay, other people are trying to take credit for it. Allie's like, this was my plan. Will is like, haha, Allie thinks that this was her plan. I'm the one who made this happen. Are you freaking kidding me? So, also, like, there's no telling at this point who Johnny is the most loyal to because he's super close to Allie and Liv, but he's got to be feeling betrayed because they got rid of Erica. And he's telling Will, Maddie, and Paris that he's closest to them, and they're like acting like they're pulling one over on Allie and Liv. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I guess it would depend on who wins the next HOH, and if Johnny does win, I guess he'd go after Dayla? I don't even know. But let me know. Yeah, I guess he would go after Dayla. So until tomorrow, much love.